So, Jimmy, what was the cage match rating for last night's AEW Dynamite?
Hold on 1 second. 8.23. That's pretty much 8.5. It's 8.25, pretty much 8.5.
Yep, it is.
It is egregious.
How is it egregious?
What happened on last night's show that if you missed, you'd be fucked for next week?
We had the show-long narrative of everyone gutting for MJF. We had some great professional wrestling on display, 2 great matches on the show, a nice little 5-minute matchup. I thought one of the better 5-minute matchups that I've seen from AEW. It actually showed restraint of not every matchup needs to be 10 minutes, and some build up for next week's show.
I'm gonna try that again. You much like last week's show, last night's show, rather, are attempting to trick me with your fucking answer. I asked a very simple question. I said, what happened on last night's show where if you missed it, you wouldn't understand what's going on next week's show?
Kevin the Jet Knight had another performance where he proved he's the future of AEW.
It's just words. He's going to chat GBT.
Kenny Omega is back in top form.
Look at this. Nothing.
First Kenny Omega singles match. It's all in Texas.
Nothing is the answer, folks. If you missed it, you just come next week and go. Everybody's in the exact same spot they were in the week before. Gotcha.
Cool. Not Kenny. Kenny actually wrestled.
What? What difference does that make?
He wrestled.
Did he retire 2 weeks ago? Did I miss something?
You would have missed Kenny Omega in a singles match. You haven't seen it in 194 days.
Thank you, Annika. Moxley challenges Takeshita, sort of. That's it. Show long narrative. MJF watching a screen. Yep. They tricked you.
Show long narrative.
They tricked me.
We don't get a lot of show long narratives.
That's not a show long narrative.
Yeah, it is.
Show long narrative the way me telling you I went to the store and then I went to work and then I went to sleep is a story. It isn't. You're just doing shit. Sorry. MJF watching TV is not a narrative. I'm sorry. With this vague thing of people challenging for his belt. What happens if they lose? Well, they'll probably be out in the running for the trip. Right. Thank you. Gotcha.
Hey, they're all in the running because they got victories last night and you would have missed it. Or you could just watch AEWramble. Let's hit the intro. Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3, and we are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube and Facebook for AEWramble, episode 233, New Year, New Kenny, reviewing last night's January 21st edition of AEW Dynamite from Orlando, Florida. and we got to talk about another show that me and Jimmy disagree on. As always, here, this is what the people come for. And of course, to talk all about AEW Dynamite every Thursday here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, I am joined by my esteemed colleague. He is the man of 60,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms of Tony Khan and All Elite Wrestling, as well as his amazing Yankee fitteds and reviews of TV and movies on his channel, Mr. Jimmy Macram. Or he was here. He was here. I don't know what happened. He got so pissed off during the intro that he just cut his camera off. And it's no longer here. But we're going to talk about AEW Dynamite as always. We appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all for watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on the video. That helps out the YouTube algorithm. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. You could sound off in the comment section and let us know what you thought about last night's AEW Dynamite. Of course, if you're with us live as well, you can let us know what you thought by sounding off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you, hear your thoughts on last night's AEW Dynamite. What did you think of the show? Do you agree with Jimmy? Do you agree with me? I thought it was a very good show. Jimmy did not. So we're going to break it all down as only we can. And he's back. He's back. I thought you just left out after the intro. I was like, oh.
I consider it. But very important things going on.
Appreciate you. I appreciate your dedication. Your dedication to the game cannot be denied. Even when you're pissed off about the show, you show up. I appreciate that. But yes, sound off in the live chat. If you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you can show your support in a couple of different ways. You can hit the join button and become a member of the channel for just $1 a month. Gets you special in-chat perks, including having your comments highlighted on screen. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you can also send a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to contributors that you see on screen with us here, and we always appreciate the support. We got one of our members in the chat right now starting us off, James Hayes. Haven't seen you in a while, James. Good to see you once again, sir. He says, hello, amazing wrestling matches last night.
There was some very good matches last night. I won't deny that. Not the fucking issue.
We also got Jimmy's always a favorite of Jimmy's in the chat. It is Zach Minger who said it is National Soul Food Day, SP3 and Jimmy. We also got Alexander Fitzgerald who gives us the salute. We got
Welcome back.
Annika in the chat. Yeah, we haven't seen Fitz in a while. Good to see you, Fitz. We got Annika answering Jimmy. She also told us a nice intro. I see you guys are enjoying our cold open. I think that's gonna be the new thing. The new theme for 2026 is the cold open. We're 2 for 2 on cold opens. We're on a good streak. We're like SmackDown right now. We got Fitzgerald who says, I was ready to turn AEW off when I heard Taz back on commentary, laughing emoji. Taz was actually one of the best commentators on last night's show, to me.
Ain't that a bitch? Yeah, he wasn't as obnoxious as he usually was. Time out there was good, apparently.
And it also proved to me, I was like, it wasn't until he really started healing it up. I was like, it's been a while since we had a heel commentator that wasn't Don Callis on this show.
Very true. I enjoyed it mostly. Giovanni's still worthless, but I enjoyed it mostly.
Dude, I went into a whole discussion with Jeremy just now, and in the weeds, like, he is not good. Like, and it's crazy because in my eyes, the greatest 3-man booth in wrestling history had Shivani in it. Shivani, Dusty Rhodes, and Bobby the Brain Heenan, best one because everybody had their role. You had the play-by-play guy with Tony. You had the former wrestler who's the babyface color commentary with Dusty, and then you had the full-on heel commentator with Bobby the Brain Heenan. That's the best he ever had. But him as a third commentator on Dynamite is a net negative.
Dude, he feels like he has to add something. As the second color man, he's got nothing to add. Nothing. He has nothing to add to anybody. It's outrageous. Tony Khan's love for these people is, as you said, a net negative for the business.
Yeah. We got Davion with one of the questions I was going to ask Jimmy. Davion says, "What's up, y'all? Jimmy, did you watch the TNA on AMC debut show?"
No, I did not. No, I will not. I heard it was terrible. It wouldn't matter to me if it was fucking fantastic. I'm not watching TNA. But yeah, it was apparently worse than even I thought it could be. Holy shit. Oh, well. Whatever works. I can't, as much as I want to criticize TNA, they've been around for fucking 78 years at this point. So whatever they're doing, just keep doing it, I guess. Keep failing into success. Good for you.
This is the most failing upward promotion in wrestling history.
Good for them, I suppose.
We got a Power Driver Finisher in the chat. Good to see you. Saying sup, Ramblers. We got Fitz who says LOL TNA and now LOL Triple A using AI for the Dom video package and not seeing the AEW belt on Dom was crazy. Did you see that?
I saw the picture. Was that legit?
Yeah, that was legit. That's what they played. And they still have it on. They still have it on the Triple A Twitter page.
That's what you get. Fuck AI.
So bad. I refuse to do anything AI. Like StreamYard gives you these options to do like AI background and AI this, AI that. Even to generate clips, they now give it to you.
Oh my God.
Generate clips for you from your videos. I refuse to do it. I rather just do the timestamps myself and tell Kris what we need cut from the show.
Yeah, I think YouTube just does it on their own sometimes about the timestamp stuff. I didn't realize that's what was happening. I will knock that off. Fuck them.
We got Chuck Berries. He says, "What's good, THH fam?" He says the main thing that I took from Dynamite is that Taz took the criticism of his commentary very personal, and by going full blown heel, he was the best commentator last night.
Wow. Okay.
I like Excalibur. I think Excalibur has been improved through 2025 into 2026. But, you know, he had to do, because AEW decided to announce so many matches for Saturday and for next Wednesday, he had to do his rapid fire of all the matches in one breath again. So.
I hate it. At least everything he does. It's not even his fault.
Yeah, it's AEW announcing all these matches. Power Jerry Finisher says, yeah, he was significantly better, talking about Taz. He also said, we also got Ninja Mortis who says Taz better than JR last week, and Shivani got to go. Everybody is in agreement. Shivani is the worst commentator in AEW.
I don't understand how you could have whatever. What's Dragon doing? What's he so busy with that he fucking works once a month?
I think he was like, you know, I did a good job last week. We got compliments on Ramble. He was like, that's all I need for the month. That's good.
Good Lord.
He's like, I'll be back for Revolution.
Right? What the fuck?
We got Dion who says Shivani should just interview wrestlers. He sucks on commentary. He's fine with Nigel. He just needs to work with one other person. He can't do the 3-man booth where he's not the play-by-play guy. That's the issue. Yeah.
He's got eyes that work. So play-by-play should be what he does. Just talk about the shit you see happening. Don't try to add anything to it. Don't try to add any spice. So your only spice is what is Dynamite moment. I don't really care. The fans are on their feet. Great. I don't give a fuck.
We got more TNA talk in the chat. We got King Potate who says TNA keeps tumbling up the stairs somehow.
It's fucking impossible. It's fucking impossible to do once or twice. They've done it like 6 or 7 times. It's preposterous.
It is crazy. It is crazy. Davion saying Delirious and Tommy Dreamer being in creative is a net negative. 1000%. That is 2 people that haven't had a unique and original idea in like a decade.
What was so wrong with the show? I heard the wrestling wasn't good, according to Cage Match. Is that it?
Well, Okay, I'll start from the beginning. So AJ Styles was the opening segment. They missed the time cue on his intro. That was their first mistake. Then AJ cut a promo that hyped up the crowd, and the way they shot the opening segment, it looked like the crowd was full and hyped. Then as soon as they did like an interior shot in the next segment, you could see all the empty seats. Then Hardys and Elijah versus Order 4. That was fine. That was a decent enough opener to the show. The crowd was happy to see the Hardys. Hardys are the most over act and the biggest draw in TNA right now. And then they had a segment to set up their matchup with the Righteous. The Righteous attacked them afterwards. That was fine and dandy. They did some backstage segments with AJ Styles and Frankie Kazarian, where AJ looked at the TNA World Championship, and then he did a backstage segment with Santana later, that him hyping up Santana, saying that he's going to be the one who's the face of the company for the next 10 years and stuff like that. That was good stuff. And then it just went off the rails with Perez Hilton doing an in-ring segment with the Elegance brand.
Who's the Elegance brand, by the way? I know it's Ash by Elegance, who's somebody I know. And then
but she's not wrestling right now because I think she got injured. So it's Heather and M by Elegance. They were independent wrestlers that TNA signed and basically aligned them with Ash.
Ugh. And do we know why they did the Perez Hilton thing? Because which I gotta admit is the most curious I've been about wrestling in a long time. I'm so very curious. Why? It's a throwback from 20 years ago. What is going on?
I couldn't explain to you why they made that decision. They did reveal Mr. Elegance, which was an indie guy named AJZ, who wasn't really good. The segment was just it felt like it came from like the early 2000s WWE. It just felt like it was you had Perez Hilton from the 2000s, you had people not very good at doing in-ring promos in front of a live crowd, doing an in-ring promo for 5 minutes. Then they faced the inspiration in objectively one of the worst matches I've seen all year long so far. We're only 22 days in, but it is one of the worst matches I've seen in quite some time. And then that's just, I just described like the first 35 minutes of the show. And then the next matchup doesn't happen till an hour later. The next match did not happen till an hour later. They did an in-ring segment where they introduced Sonya Deville as the new like second authority figure for Santino, where she complimented Santino and then ripped him apart and insulted him. So she's basically doing the same gimmick she was doing with Adam Pearce like 5 years ago in WWE, where she's feuding with the other authority figure. And then she introduced Elena Black. They didn't even like let it breathe and let like Elena Black have a moment. They just cut to the next segment. They did an injury report. They did Dixie Carter coming out before the main event, and she hugged Bully Ray.
She got booed. Good.
Yeah, she got booed. She got booed out the building. Pretty bad. Then it was them announcing all the visa issues that they had. So there would be no Leon Slater on this show or at Genesis because of the visa issues that they had. So they did a segment with Santino and Cedric where they announced that Cedric and Moose are not going to have an X Division title match, that instead they'll face Joe Hendry at the pay-per-view. Then they did an in-ring segment with Lei Ying Lee, who was supposed to face Danny Luna for the TNA Knockouts World Championship, but Danny Luna is from the UK, so she couldn't be there and couldn't be at the pay-per-view. So then they introduced NXT's Zoruka, and Soul cut a promo to introduce Zarya as the challenger for Lei Ying Lee, and they set that up for the pay-per-view. And then finally, like an hour later, they did Santana versus Frankie Kazarian, which was going along fine until they botched a ref bump. And this company does not know how to do a ref bump, it seems. Like all their ref bumps are really, really bad. And the whole match fell apart by then.
Sounds like it's a lot of incompetent people from the top all the way down, which is concerning. I mean, concerning for anybody who's not TNA. TNA be fine. But I don't know who this show is for. Hearing you describe it, that's probably my only issue. Like Bischoff and Hogan's TNA, I know what this was for. This is for WWE fans. I get it. hoping that they'll come over because they're disillusioned with the other product. But this the sound of the show. I don't know who this is for. I don't know who wants to see Paris Hilton in fucking 2026. To be fair, I didn't know who wanted to see him 20 years ago. Yeah, I'm still very confused. Who's clamoring for fucking Sonya Deville? I'm still very confused. I don't understand any of these things. Well, we'll see. 100 and something thousand people, 73,000
173,000. They did 0.04 in the 0.4 in the 18 to 49, which was pretty decent. They were 95th for the night.
Yeah, it's just not these are not terrible numbers. Now the issue is this is a big premiere on a cable network. This is not like, and it's wrestling. It's not like Breaking Bad, where I suspect the show will grow in popularity over time. I presume it's going to go this way, starting next week. If they do 100,000 next week, you got to call it a win. I don't know if I see that.
And the I think the network average is 250K. 250K.
Big Man Dolls is a good question. How many people stop watching after Styles did his promo?
That's probably a drop. That's probably a significant drop.
I'm gonna guess like 250 all the way down to whatever fuck wouldn't need the average 173. So 250 to 110. Oh well, good luck to them. I am rooting for them, shockingly.
I think the wrestling industry should be rooting for them. The wrestling industry wants TNA to be good. Like, that's why I didn't understand like the people trying to fight back against it, like against people criticizing this. And then they had a fine show on for their pay-per-view, and their pay-per-view had wrestling that could make TNA kind of have an identity, where they had just good matches that you would be good in like the 80s, would be good in the 90s, would be good in the 2000s. That can be your identity, because you're not going to do the overarching great to long-term stories that WWE tries to pride themselves on, and the moments that they do. You're not going to do this state-of-the-art hard-hitting wrestling that AEW does. If you could find a place in the middle that makes you different from those two, the wrestling world needs a third prominent promotion in North America for wrestlers to have a job at. Like the wrestling industry should want TNA to do well, but it just seems that every time that they have an opportunity, they let us down.
Yeah, we need a place for the Kit Wilsons and the Jack Perrys to land safely once they're released, which is soon, hopefully. But I don't know if TNA's ever going to be that fucking place. I'll tell you the truth. Yeah, we'll be waiting for a little while longer, a few more years for a number 3 or number 2.
Good question.
According to them.
Yeah, Matt Hardy did this company no favors with that whole promotional thing of, we're gonna push AEW for the perception of number 2. We're gonna focus on good storylines and not 5-star matches. And it's like, dude, y'all are not good at any of that. That's not what y'all are good at.
And more importantly, Matt Hardy's never been good enough to fucking talk like this. This is outrageous. I'm sorry. It's not Jeff talking. Please be quiet. Please go sit down somewhere.
I think the fact that they are the top draw went to Matt's head.
Oh, I'm sure it has. Matt's always had, well, not always had, at least for the past 15 years, he's had a gigantic ego. Not knocking it. He's earned some of it, at the very least.
Yeah, and they did not react to the criticism very well. You had Moose going online saying fans need to stop criticizing TNA. If you ain't wrestle, you shouldn't be criticizing us. If you ain't do it.
Really? Moose never had an opinion on a fucking movie? Is he a filmmaker? Please shut up.
Exactly.
Stop speaking.
It's like, yo, they had an all-time horrible PR week as well, with all their wrestlers leaving, and then Moose saying that after the show. Before the show, you had Santana coming out and saying, oh, I don't want to hear nothing about these guys saying we're going to go to this indie show and prioritizing an indie show over a TNA. Maybe if you motherfuckers paid somebody, they wouldn't prioritize an indie show over a TNA. It's like the lack of self-awareness from WWE spread off to TNA. That's what happened, I think.
Think so? That might be something to that.
Because that's the other thing I wanted. That's the other thing I wanted to mention to you was because we did talk about it on Gold Match Series. Check it out. It's going to be dropping either tonight or tomorrow. WWE Unreal.
I'm not an old man in the sense that I don't shake my fist at the sky and need things to be the way they were back in the day. But this is the worst thing that ever happened to wrestling. And it's going to be the worst thing that ever happened to quite a few people in that fucking writer's room who are getting absolutely trashed, even though they knew a camera was on them. And they're still throwing out some of these ideas. I am shocked by this. Part of me thinks this is a grand ploy for Triple H to have some cover. So when he fires the people, they go, look at Triple H. Doing the right thing. He's draining the swamp. Look at him go. Part of me thinks this is just fucking, it's real. It is what it is. Doing what we do. Either way, it stinks. And there's a whole lot of dumb people in that room. Outside of the brother. What's the brother's name? Ryan Ward. Yeah, outside the brother, there's a whole lot of jarringly stupid people in this room with jarringly bad ideas. Though I would give, I forgot his name again. Is it Ed Koski? Is that his name?
Ed Koski, yeah. The creative goat.
The creative goat. Please, all the bad ideas you can muster, spit it out.
It's Ed Koski and Ryan Ward, and then the rest of them is like the dragon with the that looks like this. Like that's me. It's all of them. It's not the two dragons and then the one. It's all the dragons are looking like that. And then there's the one dragon that's both Ryan Ward and Ed Koski.
Road Dogg's clearly the worst. Or at least came across the worst. I don't say it's clearly the worst. They're all pretty bad. Yeah. That feels like a pretty simple fucking thing. It's a new era. It's a new age. He's very serious. He's not playing the same character anymore. And Road Dogg's just, please stop talking forever. This is light work. And then there's the Chelsea Green. Get the belt back on Chelsea Green. And him having no explanation for his boss and his co-workers and the camera, all of which he knew were going to be in that room on that day. Holy shit.
Yo, that's the thing that's frightening, because I watch all 5 episodes, and we'll talk about it more in depth on Saturday on True Hill Heat Flagship Podcast. Is we have to understand these are the parts that they wanted us to see. So that's probably not as bad as everything we don't see.
That's hysterical. I never looked at it that way. Michael Hayes getting drunk, dropping an N-bomb. Let's cut that out.
And he looks stupid as hell. He's like, oh, Chelsea Green, she can't face any of the top people. We can't. She makes the people. She can't get over on the people. Yes, she can. You write the fucking show. What are you talking about?
He doesn't like Chelsea. I don't know what he does like, to be fair. He likes Jey Uso, so that's something, I guess.
This is also true. We got a new member of the channel, Josh D from CT. Thank you so much being a member of the channel. We appreciate you, good sir. You've been showing a bunch of support over the last couple of weeks to start off 2026, and we appreciate you for that. Hit the join button. You can become a member as well. We got Big Man Dogs who says GCW greater than TNA, NWA greater than TNA.
That's hilarious.
And definitely TNA is not even the third promotion. It's definitely CMLL.
Talking about America.
America. I'm talking about North America. North America is it's CMLL. It's CMLL, and it's not even close.
That Mystico?
Yeah. Selling out, I think they had like 63 sellouts of Arena Mexico last year, multiple sellouts of Arena Coliseum as well.
A ticket is fucking 5 pesos. What do you want? Get in there, just get into the air conditioning. Yeah. I'm joking. Mostly.
You're right. No, that's wild. That is wild.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Fair enough.
He's like, I'll take it. And yeah, that's to be fair. There's no number 3 or number 4.
Yeah, I'm shocked by the. Listen, I know wrestling's been around for forever, so we've probably seen every single kind of angle that there to ever fucking exist. I understand that logic, but if I'm Triple H, right? Why do I need 3 people in the room who think exactly like I do? This is a waste of time. This Ed Costa's got terrible ideas, but at least they're ideas I would never come up with on my own. That Chelsea Green Rumble thing is the greatest thing I ever heard. I'll never do it, but it's one of the greatest things I've ever heard. Gotta keep this guy around. Never would have thought of that.
I would have loved the Triple H said, you know what? We're not going to do that, but that's creativity. We need more. We need more creativity.
I like that.
He just did this the whole time.
This guy's a fucking idiot. Holy shit.
Yo, this whole show is unintentional comedy. Like that's what Unreal is. It's very much unintentional comedy. Freaking Bruce Pritchard suggesting that Gunther loses to Pat McAfee. Why? Because it's unpredictable. It's a shock. It's too predictable. Gunther being Pat McAfee.
Holy shit! That's an argument for not making the match. It's not an argument for putting Pat McAfee over. What the fuck? Holy shit! Nobody in this thing looks good. There are people who look bad, mostly everybody, and then people who look worse, like Rollins, and then there are like victims, Chelsea Green.
Thank you. Like I was literally making the argument to Jeremy because I heard Sean Rossap on the Hump. Great podcast he does every Wednesday, and he was like, I think the roster came off well, and I was like, no, they did not. I was like, Seth Rollins brought down the roster average tremendously. Like, he did not want to tell LA Knight that he was going to do a fake injury angle. This dude was convinced that everybody was fooled by the injury angle, even though John Pollock let us know before the show went live that they were going to do a fake injury angle. So that was blown up the night it happened. Oh my God. It's just a lack. It's a lack of self-awareness meets an overabundance of arrogance. That's what WWE is at right now.
Yeah. This is all bad. I hate this idea. I'm sure Netflix loves it. This is right up the fucking alley, but hard pass.
Hilarious show. This is a comedy. If they present it as a comedy, this would be great. This would be the best WWE show. We got a few questions I wanted to highlight here. We got Annika bringing up, what do y'all think about Tommaso Ciampa leaving WWE? He announced this on Wednesday, confirmed the news that came out a couple of weeks ago that his contract is expiring with WWE. He's confirmed that he's leaving WWE, but he plans on wrestling for the next 10 years. So what do you think about Ciampa leaving WWE? Do you think they did enough with him? And where do you think he lands?
Good for him. Always, as you guys well know, always a fan of people leaving places they're not happy at. So good for him. 10 years feels like an outrageous idea, but who knows? He is in great shape, especially for his fucking age. And did they do enough with him? They did more than I thought they would. He's taken Triple H, that is, or whoever, has taken quite a few runs with Ciampa. Enough? Probably not enough. I think he's talented enough to where he should have got a little more play in the singles division after they broke this up. But he wants to leave. So, hey, good for you. Bye. I think he has what it takes for AEW. I'm losing my mind. That's a mythical fucking place. I think he has what it takes.
Where do you think he lands then if it's not AEW?
Probably. That's probably where he goes. That's a bad idea. we have a lot of fucking 5'7" wrestlers who can do things here. Sorry. What good is that? Why, you have a beard that makes you different than fucking Perry and them? No, thank you.
I think you shaved the beard too.
Oh my God, you're worthless. No disrespect. It's your only defining trait. So now you're fucking Josh Alexander 2.0, the small version. Not interested. Sorry. I like Ciampa. I like Ciampa a lot. I think it's a good promo. I think he's a great wrestler. And I think he has a distinct look when he has his fucking beard. But enough for us to sit here and pretend like he's going to light the world on fire in AEW. I don't need this in my life. Let's move on.
I think he can contribute, but it just depends on what he wants. If he wants a higher spot than what he had in WWE, then I don't think AEW is the place for him. If he wants that, he probably should go to like a TNA, an MLW, maybe go around the indie scene and make his name bigger. So maybe it feels like, okay, now it feels like AEW should grab him because he's doing so much on the indies. Maybe something like that. After that, then you coming off of like being a tag team guy in a lower card as well on SmackDown, I don't think that's like a guy that's going to come to AEW and light the world on fire.
Yeah, we're well past his feud with Homeboy, his partner that lit the world on fire.
Gargano.
We're past that for a while.
Yeah, it's been 6 years since that angle ended.
Jesus, that's 20 years, wrestling years. It's over.
Mm-hmm. We also got Chuck Berries asking us about, do you think that Trey Miguel would ask for his TNA job back? We didn't talk about this on Goat Match Series. Of course, we talked last week about the Rascals signing with AEW. At the time, it was reported that all 4 Rascals had signed with the company. But earlier this week, we have a short that's on it. They announced that Trey Miguel was released from AEW. He wasn't part of the introductory promo with the Rascals on last Saturday's Collision. And then he wasn't, he put out a post saying that he's taking time off from wrestling and that, respect his peace and all of that. And then it was revealed that it came from above, the decision to release him. And then it was later revealed that it was basically a similar situation to Jay Briscoe, that WBD made the decision to let Trey go due to some anti-Semitic and homophobic tweets that he had back about 6-7 years ago. So what do you think about Trey Miguel getting released? And to answer the question from Chuck Berries, do you think that Trey would ask for his TNA job back? You never know. All I do know, I can confirm, Trey was the one who pushed for the Rascals to leave TNA. He had basically felt like they had done everything they could in TNA, and they were basically jumping off the Titanic when they went to AEW and got the biggest payday of their life. So I understand why he's taking time off, because he was one of the more adamant ones about leaving TNA. But you never know with how the situation has turned out for him if he would go back to TNA at this point. Well, what do you think?
Would you all stop it? I love this. Blaming WBD. What's the percentage you said they own?
Less than 10%.
Yeah, it's not their fault. It's their fault they're not on their television show. That's their fault. They can't fucking release him. It's not their fucking company. Stop it. Put that nigga in the chokehold and tell him to do the fuck he has to do. Why they care so much about Trey Miguel, I'll never fucking know. But I do feel bad. I feel bad about leaving a place and that Nazi photos? Is that what it was?
The Zachary Wentz was the one who had the Hitler mustache, and his fiance at the time put the photos out. That's how he got fired from WWE when they were together. They were a team, him and Desmond Xavier.
Sounds like a great group of guys here that you guys love so fucking much. What did Trey do?
Trey basically had, I think I still have the post here. I took a screenshot.
Please.
I took a screenshot of it. I'm just reading, guys. I don't want anyone to clip this and be like, "Oh my God, SP3, what is going on, man? You changed SP3. How dare you say these things?" So it was a report that I read. It said Impact Wrestling's Trey Miguel landed himself in hot water. This was in Wednesday and back in like 2019, 2020, after using homophobic language in a now deleted exchange on Facebook. He responded to a troll comment from another Facebook user by equating being unattractive with being gay. He says, obviously, you're great. You're gay. Most people as unattractive as you become gay out of fear of rejection from the opposite sex. So you find comfort, ability, and familiarity in the same sex and end up matching someone who's the same as you, gay, because there's no other fucking option. You ugly bitch. Yeah, that's a bitch. Truce a bitch. This is not the first time that I said this to somebody and they just immediately laughed.
you like about these people so fucking much? These people all sound fucking awful. What is going on here? What do you care so much about the fucking Rascals for?
He also had an anti-Semitic exchange with David Starr as well.
The fuck is this? Fucking Andrew Tate's crew? What is this? What is going on? Enough. Listen, I'm not pleased. That's not true. Less people can see lose a job. How do I want to phrase this? It's kind of fucked up that you leave a place, sign for another place, and then are released in that place within moments. But what do you want from me? Sorry, he's an idiot. I don't even know what to tell you. A funny idiot, though. Does that count for anything?
I mean, he's learned from it. He's done a lot of work with like LGBTQ plus charities. He's tried to kind of repair his reputation since then. And I just think that everybody deserves second chances if they learn from the situation. If he hasn't learned, then yeah, I guess it's like hands up and stuff like that. But I feel like he's taken the steps to show that he's learned from it. And similar to Zachary Wentz, who's done a lot to kind of repair his reputation coming off of those Nazi photos that he had back when he got fired from WWE.
Sure. Let's go with that. Learn his lesson after whatever. Sure. You're not good enough to be this stupid. I'm sorry. I don't care. If this was Ospreay, I'd be like, you know what? Speaking of which, actually, speaking of people who are talented enough to get away with this, y'all see Hangman's picture?
Oh man, yes, I was gonna bring that up as well. Hangman Adam Page. I said it on In the Weeds. I was like, I was talking about the opening matchup on the show where I was like, why didn't Hangman come and help his partner during that matchup? We'll get into that. And I was like, I'm disappointed in Hangman, which is a phrase I heard a lot yesterday because everybody and their mama was saying that after Marty Scurll, who was a part of the Speaking Out movement and basically got himself canceled from being a star in like ROH and on the Independents and a part of the Elite at the time when they were in Ring of Honor. He posted a picture that he was hanging out with Hangman in the Orlando, Florida area, and it just caused everybody to be like they're disappointed in Hangman. But it's like, to me, I'm just like, guys, I already knew this. Already knew that he sat with them at the Jay Briscoe funeral. Marty Scurll, he sat with the Young Bucks and Hangman at the Jay Briscoe funeral. This is why we got to stop holding these wrestlers in this high regard, because they're gonna disappoint you 9 times out of 10.
It did make me laugh. I gotta tell you the truth. I'm not as anti-Marty Scurll. I hate his fucking name. I hate the way it's spelled. It bothers me so much. As everybody else, he comes across like a creep. And what he did is certainly creepy. But he gets treated like he's Crispin Wild, which I find hilarious. But yeah, that's his friend. Like I said, my mother killed people. She's not stopping my mother. It's just whatever. I will find a way to rationalize why that person should have died. This is his friend. What do you want? It is what it is.
That's never a lie. Yeah, it is what it is. It's a carny business. Like, they're professional liars, guys. Like,
Jesus, he can be against transphobia and have a fucking friend that I don't know if I want to say it on air. I mean, yeah,
who likes underage women? Yeah,
was she underage wherever he was? I read that she's of age.
I mean, yeah. Technically, he's in the UK, so it's not underage.
Yeah,
that was the excuse.
It's creepy. It was just not illegal. I don't know what you want from me.
Yeah. He never got charged with anything. He got canceled, but he never got charged with anything.
He's just a fucking creep. Which is reason enough to stop talking to him, unless you're his fucking friend.
But I found it funny that a lot of the people that were like outraged, some of those people were also people who were celebrating John Cena's retirement and being like, "Oh, John Cena gave so much." Who has been very adamant about not stop being friends with Vince McMahon.
Somebody else who comes across as fucking awful but has not been charged with a fucking crime. Well, not that crime. Been charged with it's been a lifetime of getting charged with crimes, but yeah, it is what it is. What do you want?
Yeah. Well, no, CM Punk is the CM Punk. He already looked bad last year when he had the whole comment about apologizing to Saudi Arabia when he stood on his morals about that.
I don't get myself in trouble. Why am I getting myself in trouble? I don't get the channel in trouble.
Appreciate you for that.
So I'll be quiet.
Let's get into last night's AEW Dynamite. Thank you guys, because we love talking about the news before we get into the episode, and there was a lot to discuss there, so appreciate y'all for that. But Jimmy, as always, what did you think about last night's crowd in Orlando, Florida for AEW Dynamite?
I'm going to assume they were poorly mic'd. It's not terrible. That was ass. And people weren't there.
I thought they were good for the main event.
Yeah, they were good for the Mandingo fight in Orlando. I'm shocked. How many people were in the
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I hate how Swerve's like the mentor to like these black people on the show. It bothers me so much. Fucking Coon giving people messages. Good Lord.
They had over 4,000 in attendance in Orlando, so a good size crowd. The show came on air with Excalibur welcoming us, and alongside the returning Taz. They throw it to Tony Schiavone in the ring, who introduces the AEW World Champion Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF. MJF comes out with all the pyro and everything, the boo-ha. He gets into the ring and he immediately tells Schiavone to shut his double chin mouth and rain down on the crowd, run down the crowd before saying that they're looking at a man who wears beautiful watches, custom suits, rides in helicopters and limousines, and has the baddest girl you ever seen. It's because he's the best wrestler on God's green earth, and it's because of the Triple B, the pretty platinum, the real gold, diamonds, and platinum costing more than all the losers in attendance have in their bank accounts. If you see anyone else not named MJF claiming they're the best of the best, change the channel. And the same thing coming out of their mouth is the same thing coming out of their ass. Last week, Bandito was the first of many losers to find out the hard way that 2026 is the year of the devil and ain't no one on his level. The music of Brody King hits, and out comes Bandito's tag team partner. He comes out to a strong ovation from the crowd. MJF looked freaked out seeing Brody King interrupt him as Schiavone wisely bails out of the crowd as Bandito towered over MJF. King gets on the mic, and after what MJF did to Bandito, he says the only thing he can think of is all the ways he wants to hurt him. King says that he wants to rip out MJF's spine, but that he's not going to do that. MJF took a big sigh of relief hearing that. He says because MJF is just a bitch. That got a big pop from the crowd. He says if Brody puts his hands on MJF, he won't get what he wants, which is a match. And he says he wants that match tonight because he wants to take MJF's title. MJF steps away from Brody for a bit, and he says it's an interesting proposition. And he asks for complete silence as he thinks about it. The crowd boos on cue, and then Maxwell says, after a long thought, his answer is no. He says it's not because he's afraid of them. No, nothing like that. But he gets it. King barks, and these morons bark back. They love you. When MJF thinks of Brody King, one phrase comes to mind: all bark, no bite. He says, on what grounds does King think that he deserves a shot? After the last couple of weeks, he picked up wins against what I would call jobbers and jabronis. Until he beats some elite talent, the match won't take place. Making one thing clear to Brody, he says, if Brody ever interrupts him like that ever again, we're going to have a problem. King barks and MJF quickly hightails it out from the ring and up the ramp, ordering they hit his music and not the one who barks. And then he bails from the ring. What did you think about this segment here with Brody King and MJF?
Good promo. MJF at the start felt different. It sounds like he's trying to get away from the shock jock stuff. This was significantly more Ric Flair. Even the limousines and hot girls and expensive belt felt more Ric Flair than usual. Which I don't think I'm mad at. I did enjoy it. Brody was fine. Talking isn't the strong suit, but he's definitely got a presence about himself. He carried himself like a big deal. And the MJF's response was appropriate. Who the fuck are you? You are a scary man, but you haven't beaten anybody. Please stop. So yeah, this was fine. I don't know how I like it at the opening of the show. It's a little light in the pants for the opening of the show, but it was a good promo.
Yeah, I thought this was effective in positioning Brody as someone that can challenge for the title and get involved in everything in the title scene. I think that they do need to kind of, I wish that they would have had like a follow-up segment where they set up a matchup for Brody to kind of earn his way, because they've been focusing on that the last couple of weeks. You had Hangman win a match last week. He's got a match on Collision. You had Omega and Samoa Joe and Swerve, who are the other contenders. They had a match on this show. I would have set something up either for Collision or next week's Dynamite for Brody to face someone that matters for him to kind of pick up a win as well and get himself more into the picture. But I thought this was a segment to kind of establish that Brody wants the title after Bandito lost. So I thought it was effective.
When is the Australia show?
That's February 14th.
So we got a little ways to go, about 3 weeks. You got time. I will say, whenever MJF has the belt, either he or they do make a concentrated effort in order to have the show built around MJF.
Yeah, they do a good job of that. And I like how busy the title scene. It feels like the AEW World Championship is the most important thing in the company. And, you know, it hasn't really always felt like that. Like, it felt like that going into like All In Texas and last summer because of the whole, Death Riders and Hangman's chase of the championship. But his title reign did not always make it like the most important thing on the show. But since MJF had the title, it does feel like that again.
You know what? I just learned a few times to be able to criticize Hangman and I have you guys jump down my fucking throat. It's because he's not the guy. It is what it is. We keep doing this and we keep getting the same result. I'm not entirely sure why. He either doesn't have the stroke, so to speak, or he doesn't have the clout, whichever you prefer. Well, Moxley has the belt. Unfortunately for everybody else, myself included, he's treated like the most important thing on the fucking program. As with MJF. Even Samoa Joe's title reign comes off as important. One who doesn't is Hangman. Headed dumb fuck. Not my words. Friend of pedophiles. Also not my words. So don't.
Oh my God, this guy over here.
I've got to bring him down to earth so I can criticize him without any people come back at me. You sticking up for pedophile lovers?
That's his comeback. He's like every WWE user on Twitter right now. He's like, I'm not defending a pedophile. You even had people that have been alleged as pedophiles trying to criticize like Hangman's downfall. Oh. And people had to retweet him and be like, aren't you a pedophile too?
Oh shit. That's crazy.
It's like you can't do that. You can't do that, Skip. Who should Brody King face as far as like get himself into contention with the rest of these title contenders? I gotta blow my nose. Go ahead.
Okay, we need a heel of some kind, an important heel. Don Callis' family members are out. I do Ricochet. I wouldn't mind seeing a Ricochet match. But you still get this.
That's a good shout. That's a good shout. Yeah, but they have clearly shown they don't mind Ricochet losing any matches while being national champion.
Great. Brody beats him, and then Brody can go for the big belt. And then when he loses, he can go for the fucking ugly belt. The national championship is horrifying, by the way.
I do think that they need to mix up some of these title contenders against each other. So my pick would be, I don't know if it's like the first matchup. Maybe the first matchup is someone like lower down on the card. Maybe one of the Don Callis family members, like a Hechicero, a Lance Archer. After I thought he had a good performance on the show. We'll get into that. Like someone like him, and then he can move up. And then I think he should be the one who beats Samoa Joe to kind of get him out of the title contention.
Wait a minute, then. So I feel like we're heading towards another Hangman Joe match, which I'm not really interested in.
It does seem like that, yeah.
No offense.
Hey, they had one great match and one not so great match.
Yeah, I mean, they're two relatively important people, but that's enough.
Feels legit. We got a couple of people in the chat here. King Potate says, best MJF promo in a while, I gotta say.
Ooh.
He says very, very Flair-esque.
Certainly. Not shy about it either.
Yeah. Big Man Dawes says MJF said he wants to be a mix of Piper and Flair. I can see that.
Same. Like a lesser version of those guys.
Yeah. We also got here. Yeah, I agree with Big Man Dawes. He says, yeah, they should have done a multiple Brody and MJF segments this episode. Yeah, we should have had one instance where, like, even after maybe the first one, you go, you see him watching the matches, and maybe after the Omega segment, like after Omega's promo, you should have had like MJF still watching and hearing what Omega says. Renee tries to come in and interview him, but Brody interrupts him and says, like, next week I'm facing this guy. You want me to beat Elite Talent? I'm gonna beat him, and then I'm coming for your title. Something like that. It didn't have to be multiple, but at least one more on the show.
No, MJF was too big, staring at the screen. Let you know this match is important. Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what I want to see. Like I feel like that's the one thing missing from the second reign. We need the MJF trope of making people jump over the obstacles to get to him.
Well, none of these people are really important enough. No offense. There's no Ospreay here. There's no Punk here. There's no Cody here. Let's wait. Until once we get to the Omega thing.
These guys, you're just following your lead. So Big Man Dog says Hangman is a great 8 out of 10, key part of the show, but not the face of the show.
I was valiantly, I must say, arguing against this during his first reign. Then it just kind of played itself out. Like, no, yeah, that's what he is. He's an 8. He's a low main eventer, upper mid carder, whatever you prefer. Drew McIntyre.
I mean, yeah, I did compare those two, especially when they had Hangman and Swerve going on at the same time as Punk and Drew. They were very comparable to one another in a lot of ways. Those feuds, and the way Hangman and Drew's characters were when Hangman was heel.
Role player is hilarious. But yeah, we put it that way. Great role player. Great.
He's a great number two. A great number two.
Whoa. Number two. Number two. Oh, you mean a basketball team? No.
Yeah. Great number 2.
Dennis Rodman.
No, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Number 2, you are in trouble.
Oh my God. Y'all are ridiculous. Y'all are ridiculous. Video package of Hangman Adam Page, Swerve Strickland, and Kenny Omega all making their claims known for the AEW World Championship was played next. Page promised to take everything from Samoa Joe, and then we see Page and Jet Speed defeating the Ops on Collision to win the Trios titles. Backstage, Renee Paquette talks to the new Trios champions, Hangman Adam Page and Jet Speed. Page says that tonight is a night of celebration, and they should decide on their trio's name. Knight says that he suggested Jet Set Rodeo, while Bailey tried his hardest to say Horsecock, but was cut off by Page, who said he tried that name before and it didn't work. Page makes a match between himself and Katsuyori Shibata for Collision, and then that said that Jet Speed has a big night ahead of them. Bailey told Knight to focus on Swerve Strickland, and he'll focus on Samoa Joe. Page told Bailey that he can beat Joe if he puts his mind to it. He's flexible and fast enough to keep Joe on his back foot. Knight wanted some advice against Swerve Strickland, but all Page told him that he thought about it and just says that it's going to be a hell of a main event. Way to help out your tag team partner.
Absolutely. Piece of shit.
Hangman Adam Page will face Katsuyori Shibata this Saturday on Collision, which didn't help with the logic of the next matchup at all. Like it did make sense for Kevin Knight to prepare, because he does tell Kevin Knight, you prepare for Swerve, you don't have to worry about me. But he did not say that to Hangman, because Hangman had nothing to do tonight.
Hangman doesn't fuck with these people. This is how I know he's a number 3 when he gets to be plugged in places. We need a guy for a spot here. Trios belts with tag team. You don't really fuck with like that. This was fine. I gotta be honest though. No disrespect. The person who felt out of place here was Kevin Knight. I was like, he's kind of above all this. He's kind of above these silly people. No disrespect. No disrespect. That's good though. It means you're coming up. You are improving faster than Tony Khan can keep up.
Like I came out of this show and be like, Kevin Knight is very much on his trajectory. He seems like Kyle Fletcher of 2024.
Wow.
He's a big moment away from being set on to the real path. He's like one feud away from like the how the Kyle Fletcher Will Ospreay feud was for Kyle Fletcher in making him have that breakout 2025. He feels like he's at that point. He just needs that one feud that puts him on the path to be in the future, the guy that they call the future of AEW, like they are for Kyle Fletcher right now.
I can see that. He's got the body. He's got the athleticism, certainly. I would like to see him get some of his character stuff down pat. He still feels like generic character 6. But we'll see. He's fucking great.
Yeah. Y'all are wilding with these Hangman's comparisons. We got Dion says Hangman is the DDP type of for AEW. This is the best compliment. This actually is not too far off. Yeah. You're actually right on that one. But
number 6 guy.
You're wilding. Number 6?
You think DDP is higher than number 6?
I think DDP at one point was like 3 or 4.
Let's hear the win. Let's hear a number on it. What year? Give me a year and a month.
Not a year and a month. I would say in 1999, DDP was the number 3 guy in WCW.
Nash hurt, Hogan out, Goldberg hurt. Yeah, sure. Number 3 guy right there.
Big Man Doug says Hangman can be number 4 or number 3. The Seth Rollins.
Yes. You're a good hand. You're a good main event guy. But you're not Punk. You're not Cody. You're not Roman. No disrespect. Hangman, you're not Ospreay. You're not MJF. You're not Kenny Omega. You're not John Moxley. Uh-oh. We're already past 4. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I hate all of you. I hate all of you. Jimmy Butler, y'all are wild. Y'all disgust me. All of y'all. Disgusting. We go to our opening contest. It is Samoa Joe going one-on-one with 1/3 of the new AEW Trios champion, Speedball, Mike Bailey. Joe used his power in the early going, but Bailey was right there to counter with some running boots right to the face, kicking him hard. He was lighting up Joe with a series of kicks. He hits a big drop kick, and Joe is reeling to the outside, where Bailey tried a baseball slide, what was caught in the process and had the life chopped out of his chest. Joe went for the leg kicks against the barricade, but Bailey exploded up, hits a leaping kick. We get Bailey with a baseball slide, and that allowed him to hit a massive acai moonsault. But as he was outside and Joe took the referee when he came back in, you get Hook and Shibata made their way down the ramp and ran distraction enough for Joe to clock Bailey with a big boot, giving the ops a chance to then mug Bailey at ringside while Joe distracted Paul Turner. Joe controlled the entire commercial break, but Bailey mounted a comeback right as things returned, connecting with a big missile drop kick for the reset. Series of kicks by Drop Joe, and then who avoided the running shooting star press, but Bailey avoided a running senton. Bailey quickly got up and hits the shooting star press, but Joe kicks out. Both fought on the apron where Joe had his leg swept out, but Bailey crashed and burned on the moonsault double knees and hits his knees right on the hardest part of the ring. Joe again takes the referee, allowing for Shibata to hit a suplex on the apron. He then held on as they fell to the floor and then suplexed him on the floor as well, throwing Bailey back inside. He rammed his shoulder into the apron. Joe mocked the crowd, who were getting pissed off at all the interference. Joe crossed Bailey's knees and then hit an innovative knee breaker before locking in a heel hook. Bailey fought to the ropes and Joe continued toying with him, but then Bailey started lighting up with kicks of his own. Then we get the crowd tried to get Bailey going with some "let's go horsecock" chants, which is quite the sentence. Joe sank in another submission, but once again Bailey got to the ropes. Joe kicked out Bailey's leg, and then it led to Bailey doing the crane kick pose, and Joe stupidly ran into the crane kick. Won't you learn from Karate Kid? He clobbered Joe with a big kick. Then he hits the buzzsaw kick for a 2 count. Bailey hit the time adventure in the corner and wanted the Ultima weapon, but landed on his feet, selling the bad knee. Then we get the Kakita clutch applied. Bailey tried to kick from the corner for the flash pin, the Bret Hart cover, but Joe kicked out. Bailey hits a spinning kick. He went up top, but Hook took the referee, allowing for Shibata to once again interfere. This gave Joe the opening to hit the muscle buster and get the 1-2-3 for the victory here. We would watch as MJF looked on from backstage as the ops celebrated and stood tall in the ring, seeing that Samoa Joe has got himself back on the winning ways and is still coming after the AEW World Championship. Good matchup, but I feel like it could have been very good if it just didn't have some ridiculous interference. Like, it was so frustrating to watch this and be like, where the fuck is Hangman? What are you doing? You see your boy is outnumbered 3-on-1. You can't come down to help out?
Why? Listen, we're coworkers. We're not friends. Stop.
Y'all are supposed to be tag team partners, trios partners.
Yeah, let me know when we do that. If I have a match, I'll be there. You'll see my hand waiting for yours. But that's about it. This match was weird. I don't know what's going on with Joe. Why the fuck are we having a match with Speedball where we need help for the majority of it? It's a weird match. I guess he's trying to give back to Speedball. I don't know why. Speedball's not exactly a youngster. Whatever. This was fine. A good match interrupted by interference. Constantly making the ref, who's the other ball guy? Not Bryce Remsburg. Who's the guy they give a hard time to? Knox.
Rick Knox,
yeah. Because the internet's always up Rick Knox's ass. He's doing his fucking job quite literally in kayfabe. Yeah, it wasn't even him. Just make him look like a fucking idiot. I don't understand. So this was a bad idea.
Louisville, you're wrong. He says still outnumbered 3-2, same outcome. One of them should start. That was funny. That last part was funny, but you're wrong. He wouldn't be outnumbered when you understand the third of the ops is Hook. So that's like a net negative.
Jesus. Poor Hook.
We got in the chat. Y'all are wilding. They're saying Andre Iguodala, really?
Absolutely. A strong 6-man off the bench when we don't have anybody else get the job done. You come in, steady the ship, then head back to the silence. Back to the Trios division, but you beat it.
We're gonna get Hangman teaming up with Giannis Antetokounmpo versus
1998 over Hogan, over Goldberg, over Sting. That's already 3. Would you please stop?
Yeah, he was 4. He was 4 at best.
Yeah, at best. Over Nash, stop it.
Yeah, Nash beat the streak that year.
Macho's there,
and he's
only been there a few months. Would you stop it?
Well, Macho, I don't think does a full year. I think he gets hurt in the middle of '98 because he was a part of the Wolfpack, and then
you can say that for any year Macho has in WWE.
Well, no, 97, 96 were relatively
96. He was a good year from 96. 97, it will start to fall off.
No, 97, he has the feud of the year for WCW, in my opinion. Him and DDP.
Not because of the fucking matches. The matches are just fine. No disrespect. I like those matches.
The Spring Stampede match is great. The Spring Stampede match, the first match is great.
Let me tell you something. What's the most memorable thing from that feud?
It's DDP dressed as La Parka
Thank you.
in the diamond cutter.
Nobody's gonna mention the matches that man. It's beautiful.
But the matches are really good to great.
They really are. They're fine.
Hollywood Havoc is really good.
They're the best of WCW Macho matches.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
Even though the Flair matches were good too. We got. I think they had good chemistry. Thank you, big man dog. See Wallin. Yes. I watched this like last year. I love that match from Spring Stampede. That's their best match. That's DDP's best match in WCW.
Yeah, I agree with
that. But yes, y'all are wilding. CJ McCollum now? I hate y'all. I hate all of y'all.
The truth comes out.
No, will y'all
stand next to this guy?
It is not the truth.
Everybody's bold. Everybody's bold now. All right,
yeah,
good.
everybody's just crapping on Hangman now because he's standing next to Marty Scurll. It's like, oh, we can shoot on him. All right, cool. We're down for it. No, gloves are off now, buddy.
Absolutely.
I'll remember. I'm gonna take note. I'm gonna take note of all these people turning on the hangers. Next up, we get the Death Riders, Jon Moxley, Daniel Garcia, and Wheeler Yuta facing the Don Callis family, B team or C team or D team, whatever you want to call it. Hechicero, Lance Archer, and Rocky Romero in a street fight. We get a brawl. We get Callis joining the commentary team. He says that he knows a psychopath when he sees one, and Moxley is exactly that. The family brought weapons out for their entrance, but Moxley bolted at Archer, and the brawl was on immediately into the crowd, while Yuta and Romero and Garcia and Hechicero are paired off at ringside. Garcia placed a trash can on Hechicero's leg and stomped it repeatedly before applying an ankle lock. It looked like Hechicero was tapping out, but the ref didn't call anything. But Taz did bring it up. I love Taz on this night. He was great. He was even pointing out stupid shit like that. Back into the ring, we get Death Riders hit the locomotion in the corner clotheslines, and we're reminded that it's not falls count anywhere. It's the finish has to happen in the ring, which explains why Hechicero's tap out didn't count. We get a tope by Yuta. He hits Archer, but the big man grabs him and choke slams him through the timekeeper's table. The Callis family then took over as we went to a commercial break. It's basically a handicap match when we return, as Yuta is still motionless on the floor, as Hechicero and Romero had a double drop kick over the trash can on the trash can that was over the head of Garcia. Callis called Garcia a disingenuous punk, which commentary said that's only because he turned down the Callis family, apparently. Moxley fought off all three on his own briefly until the numbers became too much. We get a trash can placed on him in the corner, and then the Callis family start doing Hechisero's magic pose, but it allows Moxley to fire up until he's flattened by Archer and a running crossbody. Then Archer places a table in the corner, but Marina Shafir stands up, and my God, this is the biggest pop that Marina Shafir has ever gotten. She stood toe to toe with Archer. Great baby face moment for Marina Shafir, which made no sense later on in the night why they reverted back. But she steps up, no fear, facing off with Archer. He tries for a choke slam on her, but Shafir applies a triangle choke. Shafir picked the ankle and allows Moxley to hit a leaping cutter. Archer sidestepped a charging Moxley, who put the brakes on, only to be driven through a table in the corner. Garcia returns, and for some reason he tries a choke slam on Archer, who no-sells it, charges at him, but Garcia moves, and Archer eats a Psycho knee from Yuta, then a leg sweep from Garcia, and another knee strike from Yuta to put him down. Romero and Hechicero returned and hit the double octopus stretch on Garcia and Yuta, who escaped with an ankle lock and an abdominal stretch of their own. Yuta and Garcia sent them outside, but Moxley was there to spike Hechicero and Romero with a double DDT. Then Moxley goes under the ring and he grabs a barbed wire board that also had thumbtacks and broken glass on it. You do know that this is the start of the feud, right, John? Moxley quickly throws that into the ring. Romero applies a guillotine on Moxley to avoid it. He tries a suplex, but he knees out of it, does Rocky. This allows for Archer to come in, and he delivers a huge choke slam on Moxley through the barbed wire board, and you just see Moxley completely wreck his fucking back. You see the barbed wire, the glass, the thumbtacks are in his bag. He's bleeding from the back. Archer wiped out Garcia and Yuta with a cannonball off the apron. He wanted a choke slam on Yuta up the ramp, but this brought out Pac, who hits him from behind with a crutch after coming out after the matchup with Darby last week. He smacks Archer with the crutch, taking him off the ramp. Then he basically does like the slam dunk contest alley-oop, where he holds the crutch up and Claudio runs out and does a big crutch shot to the back of Archer. He then slams his head into an electrical box to take him out. Hechicero tries to make the save, but Marina Shafir hits a low blow on him, and Yuta hits the Psycho knee. In the ring, Moxley has the bulldog choke on Rocky. Rocky rolls out of it, only for Garcia to hit a power driver, and then applies the Dragon Tamer. And then Moxley hits a curb stomp, while Garcia pulls back on the Dragon Tamer to get the victory here by referee stoppage, as Romero is knocked out. This was fun for me. I enjoyed this one. The babyface Death Riders, I did not expect to like it, but I did. I can't lie. Post-match, Moxley, with his back bleeding, stands by Callis on commentary as Shafir holds a mic up to him. Moxley said to Callis, "Tell his boy he knows where to find him," which begs the question, who Jon Moxley was talking about. Is it former Continental Champion Kazuchika Okada? Was it the man that he beat at World's End, Kyle Fletcher? Or was it the only man from the Don Callis family that beat him in the Continental Classic, Konosuke Takeshita? The whole Death Riders walk through the crowd as they celebrate the victory, and they did hype up on commentary that the Callis family will be in action on Saturday on Collision. You got Proto Shida, Kyle Fletcher, and Konosuke Takeshita will be going up against the undefeated team of Austin and Billy Gunn. And you also got Andrade in his second match in AEW. He goes one-on-one with CMLL's Magnus. What did you think about this matchup here? The babyface Death Riders versus the Callis family.
Why the fuck are Takeshita and Andrade and Fletcher on fucking Collision? What? And facing the people that they are facing. Good Lord. What the fuck is going on?
Well,
who did they piss off?
To be fair, Collision was supposed to be in Texas on Saturday at Arlington, but there's going to be like this hurricane, I think, in Texas. So they had to film it last night after the show. So they basically had to do it last night without all the people that they probably had planned for Saturday.
Fair enough. It's a natural disaster, we'll say. No. Well, not yet, but hopefully.
Why you what? is people's homes and stuff? Really?
It's more than that. There's fucking people there, but they're fucking Texans. Get rid of these motherfuckers.
Jesus Christ, we probably got people from Texas in the chat.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Obviously, if you're in the chat, I don't want your family to get washed away. But it's a necessary sacrifice. You gotta start cleaning the board of these fucking people. The only way the world's gonna heal itself is if we start getting rid of the dummies. It's the only thing we can do. No disrespect.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Started with Luigi blowing that guy's fucking brains out. Then we got Charlie Kirk losing his neck. And now we got to get rid of people in Texas. Slowly but surely. God is clearing the field. You're welcome. Yeah, I saw Ted Cruz ran away. Anytime there's anything going on in Texas, that nigga's gone. He's in California or Hawaii or some shit. The fuck?
Why aren't you here helping your people?
As far as this match goes, why are we having this match at all? Why is it a fucking street fight? Why is Moxley doing this fucking spot outside of pure big manitude, pure big timeitude, where he for once feels the focus is not on him, so he's got to do something to fucking get everybody's fucking attention. Outside of Seth Rollins, I've never hated a wrestler this much. It's jarring.
Who has the edge after this week? Who has the edge after Unreal? After WWE Unreal, who has the edge?
I gotta go Rollins. Moxley keeps trying to make him this, but Rollins, he knows what he's doing. He's putting the work in. Yeah, spot is so fucking. I don't mind it as a spot. I do mind it as a spot on this particular show for no fucking reason against Lance Archer and company.
And the beginning of the rivalry. I thought that Archer was probably the best person in this matchup. This was a great Lance Archer performance.
I remember halfway through that didn't Archer beat Moxley for a belt at some point?
Yeah, they mentioned that on commentary too.
They did. I'm muted at this point. Fucking, this was the peak of fucking Shivani.
Peak Shivani-isms.
This was fine. I hate the Death Riders as heels. I hate them as baby faces. So them being baby faces didn't bother me at all. I will say Marina getting a big pop here is a bad idea, considering what's about to fucking happen and where I assume we're going with her. But whatever. Who cares? Let's move on.
We got a super chat donation, our first of the show from our guy Chuck Berries. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support. First one of the chat. Y'all know the deal. He gets the mic.
Speak, bitch. Come on now. Oh my God, Shivani. What the hell is wrong with you?
Chuck Berry says, it seems as though Mox has one of these nasty spots on TV once a year. Last year, it was the spike back. Is that the case, or is it just me? Yeah, he's going to have multiple of these. He's going to have multiple of these. Because remember, he took the bed of nails at All In as well. So he has one on TV and then one on pay-per-view, it seems.
Yeah. And we all talk about how tough he is and how much he sacrificed for AEW. That's why he's the face. Then Tony Khan writes him a fucking paycheck. And he gets to have another year on top when it should be MJF and Fletcher and Ospreay and everybody else. This old man, this old mess, this mediocre wrestler compared to the fucking rest of them is fucking the guy in charge. He's not mediocre compared to everybody just mentioned. He's not mediocre compared to Will Ospreay or Takeshita or Fletcher.
I wouldn't say mediocre. He has his style. He does his style.
Please stop.
What? It's not mediocre.
Yes, it is. It certainly is. C plus. That is what it is. C plus wrestler. A minus promo. Most of the time. Unless he's in the fucking bloodline. I mean the bloodline. Death Riders. And then he's fucking less than that. Good Lord.
You okay now?
I used to love John Moxley. He ruined it. Sticking around too much.
We got Big Man Dogs who says, yeah, this whole thing where Mox is a babyface and the rest are heels is very TKO WWE coded. It seemed like they were all baby faces here, pretty much, in this matchup in particular.
Yeah, I would agree. Don Callis are clearly heels. And should be the fucking focus of fucking promotion.
I agree with that. We got Fitz who says, "Sorry, some people cry for attention. Mox bleeds for attention."
I hate him so much. What happened?
We got Greater Than Haro says, "First time here. I agree with Jimmy on Mox."
Welcome, brother.
We're here every Thursday with Jimmy. Hard troops and pure hatred. Either of the are. somewhere in between. We got a super chat donation from our guy Josh D from CT. Thank you so much, good brother. Appreciate the support. The people must listen to him, but we got to play this for Jim.
Weapon in hand too, and Blackpool Combat Club, they better wear out Kenny as long as they can. Hangman's going to come out here.
Worst stomps of all time.
Nah, I think when Hook first comes out in the opener, he's doing those type.
I saw that.
Yeah,
because he had those. I remember seeing his boots.
The Tims.
Tims.
I think it was Tims. Yeah. Josh D says, "Do you see Marina and Megan jumping Penelope out?" No. I think that it's probably going to be Megan and Penelope being the tag team, and Marina Shafir is kind of their occasional. I feel like those three are going to be the next ones who feud with the Cosmic Base of Wrath when they're done with Triangle of Madness.
Fucking EO. My whole theory for Mega Bang should have been like she turns on Penelope. Penelope's too ass to keep around. Turns on her, then goes after a big belt of some kind. But instead, we're going to double down on this. Fucking adding people to this fucking act. Oh, Megan. That's what you get for signing after fucking. What was homegirl's name who used to be with some Mercedes?
Camille?
Yes, that's what you get for fucking signing after fucking Camille's fucking got fucked up the ass, so to speak. Salt wasn't going to work out. If you're over a certain height, it's not going to work out, and you are over that height.
Ridiculous. We do hear from the Triangle of Madness next. Thekla is backstage with the Sisters of Sin, and they talk about the challengers. And previously for Kris Statlander, how she's faced Timeless Toni Storm. She gave a shot to Mercedes Moné, but she questions what Thekla wants to do about it after she pinned her last week. Thekla will give Statlander 1 week to spend time with her title and her loved ones before she takes it from her next week in Austin. Sky Blue said that there's always room for more, though, as Julia Hart challenges Willow Nightingale for the TBS Championship this Saturday on Collision. She says that they have unfinished business, that Willow took the title from her in 2024, and now she's finally going to get the rematch that she so rightfully deserves. Blue says that it's the year of Toxic, and Thekla gets in front of the camera and says, if you like the takes of Toxic, you're going to drown in it, before she spits on the camera. It was made official later on in the night. Kris Statlander will defend the AEW Women's World Championship against Thekla next week in Austin, Texas. I enjoyed this promo from Thekla, at least. I don't know about Julia, and it's always I either enjoy all of it or I enjoy one of the people, and I enjoy Thekla. Thekla has a lot of charisma, a lot of personality to her act, and especially it stands out more when she's with like the two possessed girls who don't show as much energy as she does.
Thekla has found her voice, and I gotta be honest, I enjoyed it quite a bit. The other two, I usually pop for them when they start yapping, but this time, I feel nothing for it. It's the same the way Statlander did Thekla them, because I just can't take them seriously. I just watched Statlander wash all three of you. How are one of you going to do the job? This makes no sense. This is the wrap. Let's speed this up.
It should have just been her bodying the Sisters of Sin and not Thekla.
Yeah. At least it's on fucking free TV. That's a win.
Yeah. We got Greater Than Haro who agrees. He says this was better than usual, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I think they got it. They got it here. We got I agree with you. Yeah, it feels like Thekla kind of found her voice now, it seems. Then we had
what is this nonsense I'm reading?
What?
Jordan from Canada. Think before we speak online, Texas? I did think. That's why I said it. That's exactly why I said it. Appreciate the advice. No, I thought about it. I said, this is exactly how I feel about this. I'm going to say it out loud. And I did. It might be controversial. And I'm only being partially facetious. But no, I mean it. It's filled with lots of bad people.
This is why we have a disclaimer, Jordan. We have the disclaimer because the just listen to the disclaimer once again.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Sure. That sounds right.
Yeah, exactly. These are his words, his thoughts. I don't believe in censorship. This is True Heel Heat for a reason.
If they die, is it my fault? Am I to blame?
Jesus!
I'm asking a question. Legitimately. It won't be my fault. I'm just saying. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen anyway. Am I right or am I wrong? All right. Whatever.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
You one of these Republicans who think that the government controls the weather? Let me tell you, I'm not. I don't control it. Regardless, do not blame me.
Then we get for our AEW World Tag Team Champions. We're about to come out. We get the FTR versus Jordan Oliver and Alec Price, the debuting tag team, better known as YDNP and Busta and the Brain, the newest signees to AEW after Alec Price had a very good matchup with MJF for Limitless Wrestling. Before their opponents came out, we hear from Stokely Hathaway. And he is hilarious. He's seated at ringside in his wheelchair, and he's got nice shoes on in his wheelchair. He says that they picked a bad time for their AEW debut. Stokely also asks for everyone to visit helpbigstoke.com and donate to his injuries, which Shabani completely badmouths him for, says that he's a complete fraud, and it should be brought up that this is an actual real thing. And this is the cover page for helpbigstoke.com. It says, Big Stoke needs your help. He has been the victim of multiple assaults and unbridled hate. As a result, Big Smoke finds himself in a situation no one should have to face.
Good Lord. Awesome. Just the fucking cloud background. Hilarious.
So ridiculous. I love it. We get FTR and YDNP here. We get Shivani, who talks about that he's known Jordan Oliver since he was 19 years old. You get Excalibur, who puts over the accomplishments of Oliver and Price on the independent scene. We get a quick start with Cash Wheeler and Jordan Oliver, who countered a crossbody into an inside cradle for two. Multiple float overs in the corner led to a series of drop kicks on both FTR, forcing them to regroup on the outside. Oliver and Price hit the double tope suicida to the outside. Then we get Price cleared the top rope for a huge dive to the outside, showing his agility. Back inside, Wheeler ate a big double stomp off the top rope. Big drop kick off. Crossbody by Oliver, and then Price hit the double stomp off the top rope. He then makes the tag only to be turned inside out with a huge lariat, leading to FTR keeping Price isolated for a bit. This was brief as Oliver made a tag and sent FTR reeling with the speed of offense until Harwood fired off a series of jabs and a lariat that turned Oliver inside out. Harwood lit up Oliver with chop after chop in the corner as FDR wanted the powerplex, but Price hits a springboard Hurricane Rana on Wheeler before he could leap for the splash. Oliver collapsed on Harwood and almost got a close 2 count on that. Price and Wheeler fought on the apron briefly as Oliver was sent outside by Harwood. Price then missed a springboard and Harwood caught a kick, flipped him over, and then hits the Shatter Machine along with Wheeler for the 1-2-3. This one went just over 5 minutes, 5 minutes and 15 seconds. One of the more effective 5-minute matches. Not every match needs to be 10 minutes. This was exactly what it needed to be. I thought it did a good job of introducing Price and Oliver. It felt very akin to like another bygone era, like of the 90s, like when you used to see the Hardys versus an established tag team when they were before they teamed up with like Michael P.S. Hayes, when they were wearing kind of like the offshoot rockers gear. Kind of felt like that for Oliver and Price as FTR get the win here. Post-match, Tony Khan confirmed that Jordan Oliver and Alec Price are now #all elite as they have officially signed with the company. And it should be noted next week on Dynamite, it will be FTR defending the AEW World Tag Team Championships against Davis and Doyle, who will be in action on Collision this Saturday. What did you think about FTR and Oliver and Price here?
I like the picture of Davis and Doyle. I gotta tell you, they look like tough guys. As far as what is it, Price and Oliver?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta be honest. I think absolutely nothing. You know what I thought? I thought, I'll be nice. I thought these are clones of Nick Wayne.
They are friends with Nick Wayne, so
I'm not surprised. They same build.
Jordan Oliver is a former tag team partner of Nick Wayne.
Yeah, so followed his brother to the big time. Good for you. I hope it pans out worse. I gotta be honest. I'm unmoved. The exact opposite feeling I had from Davis and Doyle last week, where I was like, "There we go. I need something different from usual." And this is the same as usual. This is Nick Wayne teaming up with Jack Perry. I'm not interested. Sorry. What else you got? What else you got, good buddy? Good for them. Glad they made it to the big time. And I look forward to their run on ROH.
We got Big Man Does says, I give the FTR match 5 stars for just being 5 minutes.
I will say I appreciate the restraint. 5-minute match, they got the jump and do their thing. Shine against FTR. FTR hits the finish. We all go home. I appreciate it. Nothing against them, just nothing for them. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. We got Fitzgerald who says Oliver and Price look good in this matchup. I thought they did too. I thought Oliver looked good. He was the one who got like all the close near falls, so they were trying to get him over. I think Alec Price shows a lot of personality in what he does in the ring. He's got a lot of energy to him, even when he comes out to the ring as well. Fitzgerald also saying Oliver and Price definitely fit that AEW style. Good to see more depth added to the tag team division. And this is the first 2-on-2 tag team matchup that we got this year so far on Dynamite.
Preposterous. They're on our ways already? Yeah, good for them.
Yeah.
That's what they'll be forever.
Jesus.
Unless they're going to steal some shit out of Kyle Fletcher's locker, that's where they're going to be forever.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to get you on.
Louisville says Oliver needs the horse drugs Kyle used.
All of that, because I didn't see it online. Is it like Randy Orton's lost weight recently? Then his good.
Seeing him in person, yeah, he needed to. He was getting too much. Yeah. It was a little overboard. Maybe that's why he took time off. He had to get off the regimen.
Maybe it was a good idea. That shit's outrageous.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, King Potate letting you know they're on ROH. You guys, haters.
Keep up the good work. You still get the AEW paycheck, right?
Yeah. Kris Statlander and the Babes of Wrath were up next backstage. Statlander calls herself the Cosmic Killer and says that if Thekla wants to drown her in toxic, she'll take her down with her. Statlander said that on Collision, if anyone wants an eliminator match, she'll show you exactly what she means. Nightingale said that the TBS title is about silencing doubt. So if Julia Hart wants a match, she'll be happy to do it. Cameron said that she'll also be there and didn't think of anything else to say other than she'll punch Sky Blue in the face. They said that they are babes and then Statlander holds them and says they're going to have fun and they have all the gold. This leads to Collision this Saturday. You got Kris Statlander versus Isla Dawn in an AEW Women's World Championship Eliminator matchup, while Willow Nightingale will defend the TBS Championship against Julia Hart this Saturday as well.
That's why there's a storm someplace. 2 women's matches on Collision, 2 important women's matches. One was not going to be a squash. At least I don't think so. How do I put this nicely? Statlander is first of all, she's the hangman of the women's division. You can wear the belt all you want, but you are not number 1 or number 2 or number 3. Anyway, this was not great. Can we admit that? This was not great from Statlander in particular?
I thought she was fine.
We gotta wait a little longer. We gotta wait a little longer. Her to take a picture with fucking Vince McMahon or somebody. We're like, I never liked that. I never thought she was that great.
Just understand, I did not join in on the bashing Hangman stuff. I did not join in on that. You won't hear me say that. Unbearable ass on the mic. Awesome in-ring competitor, though.
Yeah. Benoit. That's what it is.
Oh, God. Jesus.
Well, we hope it turns out better in the end, but she's great in the ring and poor on the mic. It's fine.
Just be thankful she's got 2 people that are good on the mic with her, Willow and Harley.
So we got to sacrifice fucking Harley's fine. We got to sacrifice Willow to fucking make you look good. We're gonna team Benoit with fucking The Rock. Hang out with The Rock a little while. Wait the trio. No.
Hey, they teamed up Benoit and Jericho in 2001.
They sure did. Ugh.
They won the tag team titles.
Yeah, killed the Attitude Era by fucking injuring Triple H.
Arguably one of the greatest Raw matches of all time.
Oh, that match is fucking fantastic.
It's fantastic. Fantastic. And then they followed up with one of the greatest SmackDown matches of all time, the TLC 3.
Right. That's really good. That was a really well booked match. I like that match a lot.
That's crazy that was in the same week, though.
It's absurd. No, I'd be lucky to get anything on these weeks. That's not true. They've been doing well with weekly shows this year. Yeah. I must say. At least on Raw. Yeah. I haven't seen SmackDown.
SmackDown's been better than Raw.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
I thought Raw this week was the first very good episode of the year.
I can see that. I thought it was really well done.
Yeah. What did you think about Balor?
Oh, that was a great match. I wish this build he had for this would have been a little longer, like maybe a month or 2 of him getting more and more lazy, and then another month of him getting his shit together, so I could believe he could beat CM Punk. I just didn't. Even after Coup de Grace, where everybody's losing their mind, I was like, no.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah. But someone else who is back at it is Kenny by God Omega. He goes one-on-one with Josh. Omega having his first matchup since All In Texas back last
God,
July.
That picture's fire. I'm sorry.
It is. It's awesome. It's awesome. I had to get this one. Shout out to JJ Williams, who was live at the show. He had this picture up. Alexander and Callis attacked Omega during his entrance, slamming him into the ring steps before exposing the ringside area, exposing the hard floor. Omega fought back though. He hits a suplex before following up with a slingshot crossbody to the outside. So we got a hot start to this one. Both men made their way inside and the match officially began. Omega hits his running face palm slam for a 2 count. He hits a standing Hurricane Rana that sent Alexander back outside. Omega went to the Terminator dive, but Alexander sidestepped it and flattened Omega with the world's strongest slam on the apron. It was all Alexander during the commercial break. He wore down on Omega, going after the diverticulitis. Alexander hit a somersault fireman's carry off the top rope, the old Green Bay plunge, which used to be the finisher of Mr. Kennedy. They go to the floor where Alexander wanted a body slam onto the exposed floor, but Omega slid out, posted Alexander, and then hits a snapdragon on the concrete. The crowd got behind Omega as he did the Terminator dive, but in doing so, he hit his tailbone right on the exposed concrete. Regardless, Omega quickly brought Alexander back inside. He hits a corner missile dropkick to the back of the neck. He then hits the leg trap neck breaker before signaling for a V trigger. Alexander wanted a suplex though when he cut him off, but Omega fell over the top rope. They both hit the floor hard. Omega once again crashing down on his tailbone on the apron this time. Callis asked if Omega was okay, which sounded oddly sincere before he looked like he was about to punch him though. Both slowly got up and traded forearms and slaps and jabs until Alexander went to the eyes. Omega responded by slamming Alexander's face into the commentary table over and over again. He then chased after Callis, which got a big reaction from the crowd. That delay, though, allowed Alexander to grab an ankle lock and then smash Omega's ankle into the apron before hitting a dragon screw through the ropes and his running crossbody to the back. Callis returned safely to commentary and hugged Alexander. Then we get, he told him to bring it home to daddy. That delay, though, gave Omega a chance to rip off a massive V trigger before he returned to the ring. We get a power bomb to follow up, and then the knee strike that got the 2 count. And then I thought, I was like, they're going to go like 5 more minutes, but Omega just picks him up. He hits the one wing angel and he gets the job done. 1, 2, 3. We get the cover. Omega picks up the win here. I thought this was a great match. I thought it was smartly done. Omega's selling is just so good since he's been back with the diverticulitis. And especially with Callis talking about he lost 3 feet of his intestines. It's just so he sells it so well. And then he sold the leg very well when Alexander went after his ankle. So the selling was on point. The story of the matchup was really well done. Alexander came off like an attack dog. You see MJF backstage watching Omega celebrate as he picks up a victory and gets himself back into title contention. Omega then takes the mic and he says that Callis struck while the iron was hot, while he wasn't 100%, but he's happy to report in his new home of Orlando that this is as good as Omega has felt in years. He says there's not a member of the Don Callis family who can beat him. So Callis can try to beat him now or lick his wounds and wait until Omega is world champion. But he says either way, he must bid you adieu, goodbye, and good night. Bang. We see him posing with the fans at ringside before we go to our next segment. Like I said, I enjoyed the hell out of this matchup. What did you think? You know, it was a short match. It went under 12 minutes, so it was a perfect amount of time.
Yeah, didn't waste any time. I enjoyed that match quite a bit. Omega is a star. One of the only 2 in this place. I was very appreciative of the energy he brings. It feels important. Big match every single time. I give Josh Alexander a hard time, as I should. He's rather average, but here he.
The pause. It's the pause that got me. It's the pause that got me. It was like I'm saying my true feelings, so I'm gonna let that lay for a bit, and then I'm gonna say something.
But here, I felt like he did his best to meet Omega at his level. Don Callis is obviously always great. I thought this match is really well laid out. Like you said, didn't overstay its welcome. This is wins all around for me. I love this match. Spoiler alert, my favorite match tonight.
Fair. I don't blame you. I thought it was a great match. I thought it was excellent work from both guys, and it got over both guys despite Alexander taking the loss. He came off. This was probably one of his best performances in a singles match I've seen from him in AEW, at least.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If that's the sticking point, yes, I would agree. Probably his best match in AEW. I've been impressed with much else.
No.
I know you all love the Hangman match. Not that great. Sorry. It is what it is.
We had Dion who says Josh Alexander isn't a bum, but he's nothing special either. He's a solid hand, nothing, no more, no less.
Solid hand. Goddamn right. Solid hand. Good wrestler. Rotation guy. What do you call that? Baseball? Utility player. We need you. We need you.
We got Chuck Berries who says, great tune-up for Omega. Can't wait to see him in action next time. Omega's just he's really good. Like, he's gotten, like, he's always been great at storytelling, but his selling, I feel like I believe he's in pain when he's selling his diverticulitis so well.
That's true. I did want to, I wanted to complain about the finish. I hate that fucking finish. Just end it with the fucking knee. That's right. I've been saying for the last, how long AEW been around? 6 years?
7. This is the 7th year now?
Jesus. I'm saying it for the last 7 years. If you're going to do big kick out, the next move should not be the end of the fucking match. I hate it so very fucking much. Either it's pin or give me something between those two things. A waste of everybody's fucking time. And it ended on the down note. I'm just like, oh, all right. It's over.
Josh Alexander said his big man does. Josh Alexander is a textbook role player. Yes, he's more of a role player than Hangman Adam Page.
What did Fitz say? Fitz says they're the same guy.
No, I'm not. I don't want to highlight this.
Good role players, absolutely. We need you here. You're important to the team. You're important to the team. Sean Livingston and fucking Andre Iguodala. We need you guys together, filling out the roster.
Hey, Chalo.
Disco and fucking Alex Wright. Important pieces of the puzzle.
You know, spoke on the wheel. We need it. We needed to run. We needed to run and the wheel to go forward. Good stuff. We get another Taz edition on the show as we get Techniques by Taz are back. He goes over and breaks down how MJF got the victory against Bandito last week, talking about the Salt of the Earth arm bar and how he caused more pain to the arm with the label lock, and then also why Bandito passed out with MJF's fist over his nose and not allowing him to breathe. I like this by Taz. This is the Taz that I want. I want him to be a heel dickhead when he's on commentary calling a matchup, and then I need him to show that he has the experience to explain stuff in a unique way.
Yes, this is Taz at his best. He's been saying it ever since they did these fucking things. I would like them every week. But, yeah, he was good here. He was good most of the night.
Yeah, he was good. Good stuff for him. Then we got Mr. Towns who says Josh Alexander is still the Kurt Angle of AEW to me.
If you are stating that Josh Alexander's style is the most reminiscent of Kurt Angle's style in this company, I suppose we can let that fly. But that's the way it sounds to me. It sounds like we're comparing an A+ wrestler to a fucking B- wrestler. And that is absurd. It is absurd. Come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do that, Skip. Kurt has the sauce. Josh ain't got the sauce. You can't just take the moves. You need the sauce.
Sauceless ankle lock and Olympic slams. Then we get women's tag team action. We got the Timeless Love Bombs, Timeless Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa with Luther in their corner versus the team of Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. We get Excalibur reminding us that that Ford's initial diagnosis with her arm injury thought that it would put her out for most of 2026, but she made her return on Collision last Saturday. Ford and Bayne immediately attack at the opening bell, but Shirakawa and Storm did a do-si-do and hit a double clothesline before the assisted Tornillo body slam saw Bayne kick out at 1. We get fast double team offense from the love bombs as Shirakawa hit a proper tornillo for a 2 count this time. Bane used her power to deck Shirakawa with the clothesline, fall away slam to Storm, center outside. And then we get the scariest spot of the whole entire night as Megan Bane hoists up Mina Shirakawa and launches her over the top rope to the floor, and she overshot Toni Storm, and Shirakawa went splat. You just hear the thud of Shirakawa's body hitting the floor. Oh my god. And Toni Storm felt like shit. Toni Storm fucking immediately hugs her. She's apologizing to her. Bane then fucking chucks her own tag team partner out on she chucks Penelope Ford out on top of both ladies. This time they do catch her though. Oh my god. We returned with Bane staring down Storm on the apron. Storm saying that she hates Bane. That distraction allowed Shirakawa to hit a corner kick and a shotgun drop kick that gave Storm a chance to make the hot tag. We get drop kicks and hair mirrors by Toni Storm, who folded up Penelope Ford with the German suplex and the Sweet Cheeks music to follow. Shirakawa went for her sling blade, but Bane made the save only to be low bridge by Storm. We get Mongolian chops, and the love bomb sent Bane and Ford flying with double hip attacks before an assisted dive by Shirakawa took out the pile. Ford was returned where Storm set her up for a Shirakawa sling blade off the top, but Bane broke up the cover, chucking Storm outside to follow. Ford clipped Shirakawa in the back before giving Bane a chance to connect with a flying boot. Bane chucked Ford into Shirakawa with the cutter, and then this time Storm broke up the cover. It breaks down as everyone's trading shots, including Storm spiking Ford with the DDT. Ford hit Storm with the cutter. Shirakawa took out Ford with a spinning back fist and then wanted a figure 4, but she took too long, so Bane hit her with a flying clothesline. Bane placed Shirakawa on her shoulders while Ford hits the Doomsday device, and once again Shirakawa took a nasty bump on that one, getting folded in half. Then we see, as Storm's trying to get back into the ring, we see Marina Shafir grabs her from behind as Ford and Bane pick up the win on the Doomsday device. And then Shafir chokes out Storm with the mother's milk on the floor as all the 3 heels celebrate in the ring to close things out here.
Oh.
I don't know why they did this with Marina Shafir. You didn't really need this. You could have just gave Bane and Ford the win because Storm wasn't going to make it in the ring in time to break up the cover anyway. So I don't think you needed Marina Shafir coming out here, especially after she got the biggest reaction she was going to get in the 6-man tag. So that withstanding, I thought this was better than I thought it would be, mainly because of that crazy bump where she launched Shirakawa to the floor.
I'm so bothered by this. Your prediction becoming more and more true by the week. So now we've set Marina and Toni Storm, which Marina will pull off somehow, and then we'll get our fucking title match between Marina and Statlander. I am so fucking bothered. I'm so bothered. John Moxley has not paid nearly enough for his crimes against this company. He's clearly a traitor of the highest order. Probably worked for Triple H the whole time. The match is good though. I love Mega Man. And Mina taking the bump she took is the most interesting she's ever been in a wrestling ring fucking ever. So we'll call it a win overall and a solid match in the 15 minutes they get every fucking week.
That's the best compliment that you've given to a Mina Shirakawa match in months. So
right? She was the most interesting part. Wins for everybody.
We got greater than Haro, who says the Mina botch actually made the Ford follow-up more dramatic. So, yeah, it was like, are they gonna catch her? Like, I wasn't sure.
That's hilarious.
That shit was like, she yeeted her. Like, that shit was crazy. I was like, God damn. I know Tony felt like shit Tony felt like shit. The way she grabs her and she's like hugging her, you could tell she's like saying sorry and sorry over and over again.
She's a professional, Tony. She'll be fine.
We get footage of Roderick Strong becoming the #1 contender for the CMLL World Heavyweight Championship last week in Arena, Mexico. Storm faces the champion, Claudio Castagnoli, this Saturday on Collision. And then Excalibur goes through all the Collision matches, channeling his old self with the machine gun firing off of multiple matches and stumbling along the way before he announces the matches for next week's Dynamite. We got 3 title matches for next week's Dynamite with the Women's World Championship, Kris Statlander and Thekla. We got Mark Briscoe versus El Clone for the TNT Championship. And we got FTR versus Davis and Doyle for the tag team titles.
Ill. The tag match, while it is probably the least impressive to ever look at visually, it should be a good match. El Clone and Mark Briscoe. What's Mark Briscoe having this fucking guy? Why is he constantly on Dynamite against people who shouldn't be on Dynamite? El Clone, are you fucking serious? What are we doing? And what was the other one?
And
Statlander versus
Statlander and Thekla. Yeah.
All right, whatever. Sure. This is outrageous. 2 steps forward, 1 step back all the time. What the fuck? When's Osprey coming back?
Oh, he was backstage last night, so they said he's close to making his return.
Thank God. Need some more firepower on this fucking show. Holy shit. These 3 title matches are heinous looking.
Heinous? Really? Really?
On what planet is Briscoe versus El Clone a Dynamite match?
Hey, El Clone is good. He's really good. It was supposed to be on Collision on Saturday until the whole hurricane coming.
Why did they move to Dynamite? How does that work?
Because they couldn't make it last night in Orlando. It was last minute that they made the decision.
Put that shit on the pre-show. Put that shit on fucking the biggest Ring of Honor main event ever. Why do I need to see this on fucking Dynamite? Put it on next week's fucking Collision. What is going on? What? Oh. We just trying to get this away. Tony Khan's doing his part to make sure TNA has a shot to #2 promotion. What are we doing? What are we doing? Just give them the ball. Here, do something.
Finally, there was the main event. Swerve Strickland going one-on-one with Kevin the Jet Knight. We're told that Swerve is dedicating this match to the memory of Prophet, his music producer, who recently passed away and helped make Swerve's current theme as well as his original theme. He's wearing an armband as a tribute as well. We see MJF is sitting in a suite with a bottle service girl alongside him to get a closer look at the main event. We get a lightning quick series of counters and exchanges between both men as Knight used his athleticism to get a high leapfrog into a snap arm drag. Strickland charged and then Knight low bridge, but Strickland flipped onto his feet and tried to recover, but Knight was there to hit a slingshot dive. Back inside, he hits a huge crossbody, and then he hits the gritty on Swerve, which resulted in Swerve placing him in the corner and then hitting him loudly with a big chop. We also get Swerve wanted a power driver on the steel steps, but Knight was able to reverse out of that with a back body drop to the floor. He then hits a huge springing drop kick off the apron as MJF looked kind of impressed by that. Back from break, we get a reverse torture rack backbreaker from Swerve that put him in control. He followed up with his diving uppercut and then hit the gritty on him. Then we get Knight. He fired off some shots, leading to a snap suplex as we get a reset. Knight then manages to leapfrog to avoid a back fist from Swerve, following with a leaping lariat. Knight then missed the rolling frog splash, allowing Swerve to hit his rolling cutter. Strickland then wanted the house call, but Knight was able to dodge that, and then he hits the UFO splash. Then we get Strickland hung up Knight on the top rope, followed him up with a big boot. He attempted a superplex, but Knight was able to flip out of that and hits a sunset flip powerbomb, and then the jumping rolling DDT. MJF was shown signaling Knight to wrap the shit up, but Swerve was able to kick out. Both fight on the apron. Knight wants a DDT again, but Swerve is able to catch him and spikes him with the DVD on the hardest part of the ring. Strickland then put the brakes on and tosses Knight back inside. Instead, he opts to hit him with a cactus driver on top of the barricade. You can tell that Swerve at this point is starting to take Knight a little bit serious, trying to take him out in that way. Knight just narrowly makes it back in the ring before the count of 10, but he rolls right into a position for Swerve to hit a 450 splash to the back. He then sinks in a nasty looking dragon sleeper, but Knight is able to fight to his feet. Swerve brought him up to the corner as we get "be careful" chants as both men are fighting up there. Knight falls down to the apron, and then he manages a springboard avalanche hurricane rata that the crowd was on fire for at this point. Then he follows up with a coast-to-coast dropkick, the same one that put Darby Allin in the hospital. He then goes to the top rope. He hits the UFO splash. He gets the cover, but he wrenches back too far on the legs, and Swerve is able to get his foot on the rope to break the pin. You can see Swerve smiling that he was able to outsmart him in that way, even points to his head afterwards. Swerve got to his knees and smiled at the Jet, but the Jet hits him with the house call. He then picks him up in a fireman's carry, which Swerve is able to float out of. We get some hard-hitting shots from each other as both men hit dueling knee pump knees. They hit the ropes. Knight goes for a flying lariat, but Swerve catches him in mid-air with the house call. Then Swerve picks him up. He hits a vertebreaker. He picks him up again, and then he finishes him off with the former JML driver, now the big pressure, and he gets the 1-2-3 to pick up the win against Kevin the Jet Knight. I thought this was a terrific main event. These two guys just went balls to the wall, especially at the end. The finishing sequence was awesome and had the fans on the edge of their seat. Probably the loudest reactions that we got all night. This was a great performance by Kevin the Jet Knight. Really and they told a nice story of Swerve underestimating him at first, Knight getting in his head with his cockiness, and then more and more as Knight kind of kept pushing him to the limit, Swerve took him more serious, and then at the end he had to pull out 3 finishers to finish him off. So that really put over Kevin the Jet Knight despite taking the loss here. So really good stuff with the storytelling as well. So I enjoyed the hell out of this one. What did you think?
Pardon me. Good match. I thought the beginning was clunky. Swerve didn't look great early, and that fucking please be careful spot, fucking heinous. If niggas have enough time to chant that, you shouldn't be up there that goddamn long. You shouldn't be up there fucking all. I don't care what it leads to. Fucking ridiculous. But I thought the rest of the match was fucking great. I thought Knight comes across otherworldly, quite frankly, at times. So that'd be nice. He was really good. And I have to say, the finish from the house call from Knight through the rest of it, I thought was fucking fantastic. It did everything it needed to do. And Swerve's heel stuff is always his best stuff. And we should probably just stick with that. I'm not going to say the babyface thing's been a flop, but it's been significantly less interesting than his heel stuff. So we'll go with that.
That's fair.
Man, great match. I enjoyed it.
That's fair. That is fair. I do prefer Swerve when he plays. He can be a babyface because he gets that reaction, but in the matchup, I prefer him when he wrestles as a heel.
I was about to say he gets that reaction, except now, because that music is atrocious. Rest in peace to Prophet. But that theme he's got now, the crowd doesn't know what to do. They're just standing there staring because you can't chant with it, you can't bop to it. It's just a song playing. It's so weird.
We got King Potato who agrees with you. Swerve played up the heel work. I liked it. He said it was a fucking awesome match. We got Big Man Dogs. He says this was a very good match, bordering on great. He says I liked heel teasing a heel turn.
Yeah. Yes, good way to put it.
We got Chuck Berries. He says this definitely was a great match. We got Greater Than Harrow. He says he aggressively disagrees on the music. So he likes the music.
King Potato's got my thoughts. It's a good song. It's fine. It's a good song. It's not a theme music. It just isn't. It isn't. It's a song playing while somebody makes an entrance.
Most dangerous. Most dangerous.
And
Whose
now I'm
house
trying
is
to
it?
dance to it. Looks
Whose house is
ridiculous.
it?
Like, you need a new dance, sir. Like, good lord. Holy shit.
Oh, great stuff. Great stuff. Well, if you want to know what we thought about AEW Dynamite, it is that time of the show. Let us know in the live chat what you thought about last night's AEW Dynamite. If you haven't already, drop the thumbs up, share this video, subscribe if you are new. But we want to hear from you in the live chat in the comments down below. What you thought about AEW Dynamite? Did you give the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle? Out of 10, what did you give last night's show? What was your match of the night, your moment of the night, your MVP and LVP for me and Jimmy Macram for the January 21st edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us. Out of 10, what did you give the show, Jimmy?
I was leaning 6.5 and I went to sleep. I'm going with a 7. There was nothing bothersome on the show outside of Shivani. And it's a really solid wrestling. Outside of the fact that nothing actually happened, I can't give you higher than a 7 because of that. Sorry, I just can't. MGF staring at a fucking screen. Like, it might as well have been CGI. It might have been the same shot over and over. It might have been. I don't know. Who cares? Yeah, the matches were good. So that's something. You get a 7. You passed.
I thought it was strong wrestling throughout the night. 2 great matches with the main event and Omega and Alexander. I like the show long narrative. I felt like it had better pacing than last week's show. I just think that Bandito and MJF was better than the 2 great matches on this show. So I'll give that the edge over this one. I give it an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed the wrestling a lot on this show. And I like how vibrant and how busy the world title scene feels, where it feels like the most important thing on the show. So I liked it. Who was your MVP for last night's show?
I'm going Kenny Omega. Mood changes when he's around.
I low key want to go with Kevin the Jet Knight because he was the person I was like highest on coming out of the show. But you're probably right. It's Kenny Omega, and I love that matchup as well. So I'll go with Kenny. What was your moment of the night?
None. Nothing interesting on the show. Maybe Mina taking a bump on the outside. That's about it.
I'm gonna go with I want to go with babyface Death Riders and Marina Shafir stepping up to Lance Archer. Even though it's probably Mina getting launched.
Dying.
What was your match of the night?
Yes, I'm at. Omega and Alexander. I enjoyed the match the most.
I'm gonna go with Swerve and Kevin the Jet Knight. Who is your LVP for the show?
You can either go with the women or you can go with Tony Khan for booking them as he does. Or you know what? I'm going with Tony Schiavone. You stink.
I was leaning towards that. I'm gonna go with Shivani. Shivani is a net negative on commentary. It's always.
I
Like
can't believe some of you enjoyed this show less than me.
Seems so. Hey, teach your own. All right, we've come to an end on another edition of AEWramble. You can let us know in the comments if you're watching this on demand what you thought of the show. I want to thank Jimmy for joining me. As always enjoy talking about the show, even when we don't agree on the show. And same with the chat. Let the people know where they can follow you on social media and when they'll see you again.
At Jimmy Macram on Twitter, on YouTube. It's the same tag. You can figure the rest out.
There you go. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat. Patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. The best way to support us when we are not live here. Go over and check it out. This week, we are dropping the latest GOAT match series where me and Jimmy Macram will be watching one of the greatest matches in WWE history, Bret the Hitman Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. No DQ submission match from WrestleMania 13. Go to patreon.com. Best time to see us. And also, it will be available for members of the channel next week. So be on the lookout for that. Me and Jimmy will be back with you next Thursday, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time, to review next week's AEW Dynamite. And of course, you can I will be here live on Saturday, 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time, the True Hill Heat flagship podcast. Myself, the True Jaw Josh, and Miss Chrissy Love talking about everything that went down this week in wrestling. Raw from Belfast, last night's Dynamite, NXT with that awesome main event, the triple threat ladies matchup. That was a lot of fun. So we'll talk about that and all the news. Trey Miguel's firing and release from AEW. Tommaso Ciampa's now a free agent. And of course, WWE Unreal. We will talk about it all. So join us live Saturday, 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time, the True Hill Heat flagship podcast. For Jimmy Macram, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble 233, New Year, New Kenny, for the January 21st, 2026 edition of AEW Dynamite. We are signing off until next time.